Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Congressman Hal Rogers scores some major funding for some Kentucky drug prevention and drug treatment programs, and several new businesses prepare to open their stores for the first time in downtown Hazard.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you at 6 o'clock, and it's Tuesday. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. And Brandon, I hope this forecast isn't going to give us any trouble, just like my IFB has been giving me trouble all morning long. If I do this, I'm trying to listen, and it's just going in and out. But I got a new one on the way.
Listen, so it's okay.
Yeah,
we'll make it through. We'll help guide.
I'll just have you give me the cues. All right, Dakota, you're about to go on air.
That's right.
You do it anyway.
Stand by. Hold on.
Yeah,
exactly. But no, everything's going pretty well this morning with the weather. Some clouds starting to build in as we head through. Let's take a look at our UVA-wise high knob camera this morning. Not too bad over there. 52 in Southwest Virginia. Clouds starting to stream in there. It is 53 on top of Pine Mountain just down the road. Clintwood's at 43 on either side of that, and Pikeville at 54. But you get up to Jackson on the ridge, 58 there, 58 in Monticello. So pretty mild in some areas this morning. 55 in Williamsburg, and I think London's actually went up 2 degrees thanks to those winds coming in out of the south this morning. So we're keeping an eye on that. We're seeing that on the wind speed, but not too bad just yet. We expect it to be a breezy day, no gust. I actually checked that first before I pulled this map in. I just want to kind of show you the direction that those winds are coming anywhere between about 5 to 7 miles per hour right now, so not too bad out there. 60 is our average high for this time of the year. 74 is our forecast high for today. 84 the record back on this day in 2012. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. The most recent federal funding bill included something familiar for the first time in decades, earmarks. Now, it was banned in 2011. Earmarks came to be known as bloated or inefficient spending, but now, with added transparency reforms, Congressman Hal Rogers is delivering one for an Eastern Kentucky drug prevention programs. Zach Hawk has the details.
Heading into the year 2020, officials with Operation Unite felt optimistic about the trajectory of the drug epidemic in eastern and southern Kentucky.
When people had to start isolating themselves, it seems like it reared its ugly head again.
2020 wound up being the worst year ever for overdose deaths in Kentucky. Operation Unite leaders say the isolation pushed people to drugs.
It's made our prevention efforts that much more important. We're spending a lot of funds sending people to treatment. It seems like we've seen a whole lot of people really wanting to get help.
Now, thanks to an earmark secured by Congressman Hal Rogers, Operation Unite officials will receive $500,000 in federal funds to be used in part on prevention programs that target kids.
Our surveys have shown, and materials that we have researched show, that kids in our area first start at the age of 11.
So she says it is critical to get them committed to a drug-free life early on and to be part of a large support system.
And the longer the onset of actually doing drugs, the less likely they are to become addicted.
With expanded youth programs, she says it will be easier to form important relationships with the community.
I get calls all the time saying, how can I help my own child? How can I do this? How can I help my father?
As a rule, federal funds may not be spent on hiring personnel, so Operation Unite relies on volunteers at every level. Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
In addition to funding for Operation Unite, the federal legislation provides support for local, state, and regional federal efforts to combat the opioid crisis. Well, Kentucky House lawmakers have voted to override Governor Andy Beshear's veto on a bill that would cut jobless benefits. Governor Beshear said House Bill 4 would disproportionately impact communities in eastern and western Kentucky. The bill's cut unemployment benefits from 26 weeks to 12 weeks. The bill will now face an override vote in the Senate. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice has signed a new law barring parents from seeking an abortion because they believe their child will be born with a disability. The Unborn Child with a Disability Protection and Education Act provides exemptions in the case of a medical emergency or in cases where a fetus is non-medically viable. It was one of the more controversial bills passed during the 2022 legislative session. Its supporters said it would help protect people with disabilities. Others say the proposal was just another tool to further limit abortion in West Virginia, which is currently barred after 20 weeks. A sign on bonus giving respiratory therapy students a big bonus. A Pikeville Medical Center is working with Big Sandy Community and Technical College, giving students in the program a $10,000 payment if they agree to work for the hospital after graduation. Emily Bennett talked to students about the impact this makes in their lives.
The demand is high.
One's going to be bagging and one's going to be setting the ventilator.
COVID-19 putting in perspective the importance of respiratory therapists.
I think after this pandemic, people kind of see that we do more than just breathing treatments.
Respiratory therapy students at Big Sandy Community and Technical College, such as Sarah Vanover, Hannah Mayhorn, and Lakin Thompson, are getting a financial boost.
It's a calm feeling. It's like a bunch of weight has lifted off of my shoulders.
To increase the number of licensed respiratory therapists and keep students in the region, Pikeville Medical Center is offering students in the program a $10,000 payment if they agree to work for the hospital for 3 years.
We wanted to take that stress off of the students and kind of give them an opportunity to focus on school and to focus on providing care to patients.
Let me demonstrate for you.
It's going to start them out in a place that they can be comfortable and they can actually start having income to build a life as opposed to having income to pay off loans.
Not only do students receive $10,000, but when they graduate and obtain their license, they can walk out these doors and be guaranteed a job at PMC as a respiratory therapist.
I can pay off just about all of my loans without even having to work yet, so that's just great for me. Like, I don't have to go into so much debt.
The 3 will graduate this spring. Hannah has already started working at PMC as a student, along with Lakin.
Actually already received my $10,000 bonus in the mail.
And the financial impact has made Sarah decide to stay in the area.
I was, set on just leaving and getting out of here. But then we done clinical at Pikeville, and, the people were great there, and I've learned a lot. So it just seemed best for me to start there.
The opportunity creating a financial cushion they didn't think they'd have. Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
So far, 6 students have taken the respiratory therapist educational agreement, and we have more information on how to get involved over on our website at WYMT.com. An interim president has been appointed at Big Sandy Community and Technical College. Dr. Telly Sellers currently serves as Associate Vice President of Technical Education at Jefferson Community and Technical College. He has been with Jefferson for more than 19 years. The Harlan County native begins his new role on April 11th. Well, more than 8 businesses are coming to downtown Hazard. Chaz Jenkins tells us what this means for the city's revitalization efforts.
Seeing a variety of businesses come into the city's downtown.
They're everything from landscaping businesses to boutiques, toy stores, candle shops. We're running the gambit.
Those that city officials think will help further their revitalization efforts.
The kind of thing that you're not going to find online, the type of thing that's a little bit relationship, the kind of thing that you're willing to travel to and see something interesting that you're not going to see somewhere else. That's really what we are pushing, and we're having a lot of success with right now.
One of the businesses, Ready, Set, Play, wanting to bring something different to the city.
When you go to a store that has toys versus a store that sells toys, so I think it's going to be fun for the kids to have other things to come down and see and have other options.
Thankful for the support from city officials and neighboring businesses.
Kind of helping me figure out what to do, what not to do, and so it's been a really great community to be a part of. Bailey's been great getting us started. The city's been amazing, so we're really excited to have something downtown for the kids.
Confident these businesses are here to stay.
Nationwide, 20% of businesses close in the first 2 years. Right now, our 3-year trend is less than 5% of businesses closing in 3 years, not 2 years, in 3 years. Excited to see their city growing. In Hazard, Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Richard says most of the businesses hope to have their doors open by the end of April. For a list of businesses, you can go on our website.
6:09 here on this Tuesday morning, and temperatures very mild across the region, at least today. Let's take a look at those as we head out the door this morning. We're seeing those in the 40s, 50s, and almost 60 this morning. 58 Jackson, 58 Monticello, 55 in Williamsburg, and 53 in Pikeville. A lot of 40s out there as well. But that's it. The coldest spot in our region right now. It's actually a tie between Clintwood, Virginia, and Middlesboro, Kentucky. both at 43. 74 this afternoon, some southeast winds at 5 to 10, gusting up to 20 miles per hour at times today. It's going to be a breezy couple of days. Partly to mostly cloudy skies today. It's going to ebb and flow with that. Breezy conditions will continue through tomorrow, along with the cold front that will bring some storms and the possibility. Somebody just messaged me and talked about how they didn't have the redbuds blooming in their area yet, but the timing matches up for redbud winter coming this weekend. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. More news is on the way. The White House warns about potential incoming Russian cyber attacks against major U.S. businesses. Stay with us.